Hello and welcome to Survivor Pool AI, where we have used or taken three artificial intelligence models, Chat, GPT, Gemini, and Groc, and used them to create three artificial intelligence agents. I'm not sure that's what they are, but we're going to enter these agents into a survivor pool and have them compete with each other as well as the field. Now, who should watch this video? Well, if you're interested in artificial intelligence and curious as to what a couple of just average guys can create to perform what at least I think is a fairly complex task, that hopefully this will be of interest to you, educational and entertaining. But the real target audience here is those of you, those hundreds of thousands of you who are in a survivor pool or are going to be in a survivor pool for the upcoming season. Our agents are going to select each week their picks or their choices for their pool, to enter into their pool, and you will have the benefit of those selections, as well as some logic behind the selections and possibly games to avoid. We may also be able to build a Survivor Pool AI power ranking for you to consider. My name is Kip Skavinsky. I'm joined by Eric Tedisco, who is helping with some of the technical aspects of this, as well as some social media parts of this production. Eric's not here right now. He asked me to say hi for him and also to remind you that it would be very helpful to us to hit the like button and the select button, as that will help us continue this podcast through the season. Now, I suspect that most of you are familiar with survivor pools, but for those of you who are not, that based on the upcoming NFL season, each week the participants in the pool select a team to win, and if that team wins, they go on for the second, etc., third week. All the team has to do is win. They're not picking points, spreads, or anything. A couple of other things. The disclosure, neither Eric nor I are coders or programmers, so we're using off-the-shelf models of these pools. They may have been updated since we started or may not sure. And they are not, as far as we know, targeted to any specific task. They're just the general off-the-shelf pool models. Neither Eric nor I have any fiduciary interest in the companies behind these pools, so we really don't care which one wins. When we started this, I was not sure as to whether these models would be up to it as far as understanding what we were trying to do, understanding the task. But as you will see when I go over the setup of these models, they pretty much knew right away what we were up to. It does not mean how they're going to perform going forward, because there's not only amount of skill here, or at least some amount of skill, but a lot of amount of luck. So we will see that. The first model that we used to set up, or that we set up to perform the task, was Chat GPT. So I'm going to briefly run through the setup of Chat. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because, as you might be able to see, 4 pages of fairly tight, I'll say verbiage, but a script here. I started out by asking Chat, I'm in an NFL pool. The rules are I can pick one team of 32 teams to win each week. Once I pick, I can't pick that team again. Can you help me pick a team each week? And what other information do you need? Chat came back right away and she said, absolutely. I'll be happy to help you each week with an NFL survivor pool picks. So she knew right away this was a survivor pool. So that was a good start. To make the best picks each week, I'll need a few pieces of information to maximize your chances of winning. These are actually going to maximize her chances of winning. She wants the list of teams we picked and what week of the season is it. Well, of course, it's the first week, no teams were picked. A schedule of games. We loaded up games for her to help her make these selections. She asked for any special rules of the pool. Do ties counts as losses? They do not. Is there a second life rule? There is. She wanted our risk tolerance. Do I go for did I want her to go for the safest pick each week, or do some strategic picks like saving some strong teams later? And she also said, do I prefer to fade the public to gain an edge in large pools? So I'm not sure what that means. I'm going to have to look that up. But large pools, she said, requires more strategic thinking. So that those of you who are in a large pool, you might want to take that under advisement. She's going to make a pick each week based on odds and point spreads, team performance, injuries, matchups, how strong a team is relative to their future matchups, and how many people are in the pool are likely to pick that pool in the team. So we go forward, and she said, let's get started. For the first week, she said, let's kick this off. She's going to say a couple of notes as far as she's setting up a chart of tracking our picks, and she's going to set up kind of a setup that will give us an idea of the next couple of weeks of picks, and then she's going to try to match up what we've selected already with her future picks. So her pick in week 1 is the Denver Broncos. She said that's the best safety profile on the slate. It's a strong but not must-save team. The Broncos rank at the time she did this 11 across major preseason lists, so we're not burning a really strong team like Philadelphia, Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo. And it avoids riskier picks like Dallas at the rivalry opener, Dallas at Philadelphia, the international game, Kansas City versus the Chargers in Brazil, and some tight line games like Buffalo and Baltimore. Her alternate pick was the Washington Commanders over the Jets, and she also gave another alternate pick, the Cincinnati Bengals over the Cleveland Browns. I'm not sure that's a good alternate pick because that's a rivalry game. So she's locking that pick. That is her pick on week 1, and so we will go with that. I'm going to end this now, and the next episode we're going to set up Gemini's picks, and we're going to set up Groc's picks. So thank you for watching so far, and again, encourage you to hit the like button and the subscribe button, which will enable us to continue these episodes. Thank you.